play both sides?
Left guard.
Who?
Left guard.
85. The only one that on power, tight end, tackle, and double. The only time that our tight end or tackle did that was the 26 man Brian down there. But then the fullback didn't block his man. So the guy, the fullback was supposed to block, got him. Doesn't matter. Season's over.
Doing anything right. He's not blocking. lot to do with it. Just learning the game is one thing.
It ain't a matter of when you get to be a man, it don't make it where you age 17 points. If you're a man, I get tickled hearing these sportscasters talk about these red shirt freshmen. These red shirt freshmen. He's 20 years old.
Yeah,
He's a man. He ain't no freshman or nothing else. He's a man.
Man.
That guy saw Richard Kimball walk in out here the other day at the Spanish
Oh, he's a big
warehouse.
dude.
He said, he's a horse.
He sure is.
He ain't no boy. When you 6'4",
Oh, Kimball's a big man now. He don't tiptoe through the line, man. He stomps.
if he had any speed, he'd have broke all the Jefferson records. I believe if he'd had any, tremendous speed. I believe if he could run a 10.
Just let that game get out of hand. They said they were intimidating him the whole game.
Well, that little 5-year play with that, I don't like it. I believe you beat somebody, you don't have to raise your hand up, all this number one. Everybody knows they ain't number one, When you're 3-1, you ain't number one to nobody.
You're right.
They had a backfield on this Army team that was what I remember about him more than anything was he drive his wife. He was married. And he'd drive, his wife would drive up there and let him out in his Porsche. I said, hey, just a PSC, I make $100 a week. $100 a month. $184. He drive up in the Porsche. Kiss a good looking woman good night. A good night. I don't know. That was probably Martin Chase. We get it back. Game to no game. Man done a good job. He ain't coming back. He's that good for up, man, standing right there waiting for it to come to him.
Yeah. Matt caught the pass. All right. Okay. Who caught that?
Matt. He caught 2 and 3 in a row there.
Is that a touchdown?
Yeah.
All right.
gonna try to kick this export. They got
Run and shoot, coach. Here.
This is our clock crew. The clock crew. #1 clock. I'm a fan. You have to reach the scoreboard when we win.
Yeah, we got it. Now we got the fans here.
Then mark the rest of it out. So
Hey, Sue. You, Leah.
going on, huh? Damn it.
Before you know it.
One of the reasons is the major broadcast networks want to now start charging cable users extra.
Shatley rolled left, tried to throw a little touch pass. There's a shot of the Nettleton Raiders, and for 15 seconds, they had a whole bunch to cheer about. As Kelly raced down the sidelines, 80 yards. 4th down and 9. Will they go for it?
They don't have anything to lose, but they'll probably punt the ball here. You know, Coach Dover mentioned to us that his injured receivers would all see action, but we've yet to see Judd Finley, and you can tell it's pretty glaring because of the game we did earlier. You could tell when Shatley was in trouble, Finley would always seem to find an opening, and he hadn't had Finley to go to so far tonight.
Good snap, good high kick. They changed about 20 yards on the play there, Mark. So the Westside Warriors will take over. 1st down and 10 from their own 24. 11:44 to go in the 2nd quarter. And there's a shot of those Raider fans by our ground cameraman, Mr. Larry Harper. Referee Bob Dunham singles start the clock. Foreman and Burns split left with a slot. I formation. Black and Joplin in the backfield. Tall sweep, and he breaks into the secondary and picks up about 7 yards. A good run by number 40, Jeremy Black, and a nice block by number 35, Eric Joplin. They pick up 6 on the play. 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4 for the Westside Warriors at the Nettleton 30-yard line.
Seems like Westside would be just content to let Black run the ball. 3, 4, 5 yards a pop all the way down the field.
Outside the ends. Inside the tackles, they've got 0. King takes a snap, hands it off in.
Little misdirection there to Burns, get him a 1st down.
Tall sweep right. Joplin takes the handoff, cuts down the sideline, picks up about 5 on the play. Out of bounds. The clock stops. 9:56 in the 2nd quarter.
You know, they're beating on that outside, but as they gradually beat on the outside, it may open up the middle.
Okay, we've got a 2nd down and 5, and we'll be back on Eagle Channel 29.
Here's the network you've been waiting for, America. A network with heart. The American Christian Television System. Centered and projected around the needs and values of your family, the whole family, for the total broadcast day.
Right now, my girlfriends and I can get an abortion, and our parents don't even have to know about it. This is what a baby looks like at only 10 weeks after conception. Abortion destroys a baby. We need our parents' permission to go on a school trip, or just to get an aspirin from the school nurse. So shouldn't our parents have the right to know before we make a decision as serious as an abortion? We need our parents' help more than ever at times like this. Abortion stops a beating heart.
We're back to action. Double slot right. King takes a handoff. There's that inside trap again. This time, nothing. Number 10, Judd Finley. Markey is playing on defense.
First we saw Judd Finley tonight.
There's those happy Raider fans again. Loss of 3 on the play on that inside handoff. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 yards to go on the Nettleton 46. Closer to the 45, but we'll call it the 46. Big 3rd down play again.
Finley came out of nowhere there on that play.
High formation. King rolls out right, getting pressure, and he's going to be sacked. No, he gets loose and then throws it incomplete. I don't know how Brad King got loose, but somehow he found a way. Pass incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down and 6.
That's the best incompletion we'll probably see tonight there. He saved about 15 yards with that one.
What are we going to do, Mark? 4th and 6 from the Nettleton 46. We're going to punt it
I'd punt the ball here. You got to try to pin Nettleton deep.
and hope they get a mistake and then a chance. They ran real well, like you said, in between the 40s, but they've been stymied when they get across midfield. Back deep is the punt is Brad King. Good snap, gets the kick away. Picked the ball up somebody, and Nettleton, Westside recovered it. Westside recovered it.
Kind of had the effect of an onside kick there. Hit a Nettleton player in the back with the ball, I believe. They say the ball hit a Westside player.
They say the ball hit a Westside player first. And Nettleton will take over 1st and 10 on their own 38. Strange punt.
Thought for a second there we had an onside punt, if there's such a thing.
Brad King got a good snap and got pressure from number 10, Judd Finley, from the right side. But he got a poor kick away, and it hit a Westside Warrior player in the back, they said. Okay, lone setback Beeson, split receivers left and right. Shatley hands off inside, and he gets nowhere. Bobbled the handoff. Pickup of 1, 2nd down and 9.
There's Wally Hattenhauer on the hit for Westside.
8:30 in the 2nd quarter and the clock running. There's Coach Eddie Mitchell calling the defensive signals for the Westside Warriors. And Mark, they came to play. They played every step of the way except for the opening kickoff. Wouldn't it be tough if the score ends up 7-0? I don't think it will, but that'd be hard.
It might not end up that, but you can almost count on it being a close game. History pretty much says it's going to be a close game.
We got a false start on the left guard, left tackle for the Nettleton Raiders. False start, and then number 35 for the Westside Warriors jumped, Eric Joplin.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense.
He jumped first. Second and 5, 2nd and 4. 5-yard penalty. Our 2nd penalty of the night. So Nettleton still operating 2nd and 4 from their own 45.
We haven't seen Matt Zippel tonight on offense either.
He's hurt too. Miss handoff, and Shatley's going to be tackled in the backfield by 4 Westside Warriors, and he picks up nothing on the play. Wally Hattenhauer, Eric Joplin, Brad King, and number 14, Wesley Pierce, in on the hit. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Jim Wiseman and Darrell Dover, coaches at Nettleton High School.
Someone missed an assignment on that play.
And Mr. Corey Beeson came out, and I think Coach Dover is not telling him how nice he looks in his uniform. Probably telling him, son, you can't miss that assignment. Our quarterback gets killed. Double slot left. Shatley takes a handoff, rolls out left, no pressure on the left side. He's got time. Now he gets pressure. Pass complete.
There's Finley.
There's Judd Finley. He was on his knees. And then we got a roughing the passer on top of it. Pass complete to the west side 45-yard line. Holding against the Raiders. That will negate the play.
Well, it did seem like Shatley had an awful lot of time to throw the ball there.
You know, they have to go through the formalities, Mark. There's Coach Darrell Dover. He just saw 1st down wiped out. Bob Dunham, the official, the head referee for tonight's game, talking with Dale Cameron, and I don't think...
Holding against the offense. Repeat, 3rd down, 10-yard penalty.
And I don't think anybody has to decide what we're going to do. That'll back up the Raiders 10 yards, 3rd down and 14. It was 3rd and 4. Holding penalty backs up 10 yards, 3rd and 14, and now Nettleton is on their own 35. 6:54. Little sideline action. Some of the Raider receivers getting warmed up. Number 33 hustles off the field, Kenneth Tolley. Number 24, Preston Ergel coming in at the slot right. Shatley rolls out right. Finds a receiver, and they're going for all of it. Uh-oh. Could have been offensive pass interference. And the official says no, the ball was not catchable.
Shatley had too much arm on that one.
Pass incomplete. He was standing on his own 25, and that ball landed at the 25, so that's 50 yards in the air.
That's twice that he's just had too much arm for anybody out there.
Good coverage. Good coverage by the Warrior secondary. Mark, I thought that would be the key to the game. I didn't think their secondary would play this well this early. Shatley back in punt formation, standing on his own 23. 4th down and 14. Good snap, little high, gets a good high kickoff. Good high punt. And Burns takes it on the 30 and goes nowhere. Dangerous, good coverage by the Raiders. Burns fielded it on his own 30. Tackled by Corey Beeson and a host of others, and there's a shot of some more Raider fans.
That's about a 35-yard punt with no return there.
Okay, the ball will be spotted at the Warrior 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Still have King, Black, Joplin in the backfield. King takes the handoff. There's another draw play, and Black breaks into the secondary. Now he's met. Picks up about 3 on the play.
Johnny Woods with the tackle there.
Got past the line of scrimmage, started to get into the secondary, and then stopped immediately. 2nd down and 7 for the Warriors from their 35-yard line. Shot of head coach Darrell Dover.
This is a big drive for Westside.
King looking inside. Pass complete to Burns. He picks up, well, where are they going to spot it? He's out of bounds, close to the 1st down. Pass complete from King to Burns. And referee Bob Dunham says,
looks like we might have a measurement on this one.
1st down. 1st down for the Warriors. They're at the 43-yard line. And if we get set for that 1st down play, we'll be back on Eagle 29.
Hey, Terry, what's wrong?
Illegal procedure on number 35, Eric Joplin, starting too quick, trying to make his block. That's Westside's 3rd penalty of the night for 15 yards. Shot of the entire coaching staff of the Nettleton Raiders. Jim Wiseman, Darrell Dover, and Donnie Tennyson.
False start, offense, declined, 2nd down.
Okay, we'll take that penalty off. Westside was stopped for no gain.
I didn't know they had an option on that. Thought that was a dead ball foul then.
So we'll go from the 45-yard line of Westside with a 2nd down and 8. I formation slot right. King fakes a handoff. Open around the end. Pass incomplete. And the back judge threw a flag mark. And when the pass play and the back judge throws a flag, what have we got?
Probably a hold.
Probably a hold.
They're already marching back.
Already marching back. That'll cost them 10, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 17 if they take it. Pass was incomplete, though.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
They exchanged a 5-yard penalty for a 10-yard penalty.
There's a shot of Coach Rofi. He calls the offensive plays from the sideline for the Nettleton Raiders. 2nd down and 17 for the Warriors. They take the penalty. Nettleton does. Drives them deeper in the own territory. Mark, I think Nettleton took that penalty because it was 10 yards, hoping that if they can hold them down here, they got a chance to get one more score before the half. Oh, busted play. Pass is going to be picked off by Andy Shatley. And we got another flag, 2 flags on the play.
Andy Shatley held on to that ball.
Andy Shatley picks it off at his own 48-yard line and returns it 18, 20 yards.
Going to lose most of that return by Shatley, though, because he's got a clip on the play.
Got a clip. Brad King had a busted play. Markey rolled out right. Couldn't sling the ball far enough to get it to his receiver, and Shatley just, with that big 6'3" frame, just stepped in front of Aaron Burns and picked it off.
Flipping against the black team on the run back. First down. 15-yard penalty.
15 yards against the Raiders. Clip on the run back. They start on offense at the Warrior 43-yard line. 5:02 to go in the half, and they lead 7-0. There's a shot of the Nettleton cheerleaders about ready to do a cheer.
Yeah, it's hard to, as a high school player to make the decision on a play like that, but King probably should have just ate that ball.
He sure should have, because his receiver wasn't open. Kelly split right eye formation. Shatley hands off to Beeson. He gets nowhere. Fine defensive play. Number 73, Wally Hattenhauer.
Wally's been on several plays already.
Wally's a 6 foot, 175-pound senior, and he's playing a fine football game tonight. Shot of the Raider offense. Coach Rothie calls the offensive signals. They break the huddle. Pick up of 1 by Beeson. 2nd and 9 from their 43. Shatley toss sweep right. Gets around the end and picks up big yardage.
First time we've seen Matt Ziffel tonight.
First time Matt Ziffel gets a carry tonight. He gets a toss sweep right. Good blocking on the right side of that offensive line. Judd Finley, Todd Wilcox, Jason Marshall, and John Lewis. He picks up 8 on the play. 3rd down and 1. Ball is on the 35-yard line. They've got to go to the Westside 34. Westside in that 53 defense, it looks like. Shatley takes a snap, hands off to Ziffel inside, and there could have been a fumble on the play. He lost the ball, but Cameron didn't know it. And he stops Matt Ziffel for a half a yard. Looks like a first down.
It doesn't really matter at this point. Nettleton's in 4-down territory. They'll be going for it regardless.
This close to the end of the half, that's deep in the territory. They're going to go for it. But we're going to take a measurement for a first down. We'll be back with the next play on Eagle 29. 2 1/4 inches. Again, Bob Dunham, our referee, Daryl McMinn, David Coleman, Steve Valentine, and David Woodmansee is his crew.
Look for the old quarterback sneak here.
Yeah. Westside doesn't bring anybody up on the line of scrimmage.
No.
Tall sweep right, and Ziffel makes a first down and a whole bunch more.
So much for the quarterback sneak.
Matt Ziffel. Mark, kind of a hard play there. A different play. A tall sweep off tackle on 4th down and 2 inches. If he'd have been stuck in the backfield, that'd have been a big momentum builder for the Warriors.
A risky call, pitching deep into your backfield.
No guts, no glory.
Go for the eye.
1st and 10 from the Warrior 30. Nettleton on the move. Toss sweep left to Ziffel, and he breaks out into the secondary. He's going to go. Finally brought down at the 5-yard line. A 25-yard run on a toss sweep right. Mark, that was good defensive play by number 24, Kevin Fair. He turned him up inside, but the pursuit was not there. The linebackers must have been blocked.
And that's the big play offense we've been talking about. We've seen Ziffel on that outside pitch earlier in the season.
Made a bunch of yards against the Ridgecrest Rams with that toss sweep. Okay, 1st and goal. 4-down territory now. 1st and goal from the 5. The Raiders on the move. Clock running with 2:35, and they lead already 7-0. Shatley hands off to Ziffel. He picks up about 3 on the play. We'll call it 2 on the play.
Looked like Ziffel just went down on his own there.
Tried to hurdle that defensive man that was on the ground and went down when he got over the pile. 2nd down and 4. Nettleton has 3 timeouts. They've got plenty of time to score here. Only thing they'll save the Warriors is a big defensive play or a mistake by the Raiders. Toss sweep again. And he
Zipples
makes it.
in.
Zipples in. 4 yards. Same play that just got him 25. They run it again, and he gets 4. And the Nettleton Raiders are on top 13-0 with 1:51 to go in the half. And that could be a crusher, Mark. Momentum-wise, that could be a crusher.
Yeah, it sure could. Although Westside's 2-1, they're not accustomed to scoring a whole lot of points this year.
They scored 9. They scored 26 against Hoxie, but so has everybody else. Shatley attempts the kick. The PAT is good. And the Nettleton Raiders, with 1:51 to go in the half, drive 43 yards in 3 minutes and 24 seconds, and they lead 14-0. Well, we'll get ready for this kickoff. Mark, what have the Warriors got to do now?
Well, they could use a return right now. They really could.
There's a Nettleton fan. She thinks she's number 1.
Well, if can't blame her right now with a 14-0 lead right now against the Westside Warriors.
Some of the Nettleton junior high cheerleaders saying they're number 1, and with 1:51 to go in the half, who can argue?
They're number 1 in this game right now. If Westside can get a good kick return, maybe a score, they're going to get the ball back to start the second half. 14 points is not insurmountable by any stretch.
But with wow, Live-Oak 20, Jonesboro nothing.
Yep.
The Hurricane went over to Eastern Arkansas, and they are taking a whipping.
Well, Nettleton and Westside aren't the only teams that opened up conference play tonight. You know, Jonesboro's going down to Blytheville, play one of their big rivals, a big battle of 3-0 teams. Somebody's going to go home with a loss on the record, and somebody's going to remain undefeated.
Burns fields it at the 30, cuts to the right, runs all the way across the field, and finally gets tackled by Kenny Kelly. He caught it on the 30, wound up on the 25.
He got to run north and south.
He ran 50 yards and lost 5. 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Some more fans there. I've seen it happen 100 times. Just doesn't do you any good unless you run north and south.
You know, if you've got a lot of great speed, you can run east and west to get outside. But eventually, the goalposts go north and south. Aaron Burns, a long return and no yards. 1st and 10 for the Warriors on their own 25.
You mentioned Nettleton's timeouts. Westside has all their timeouts, too, if they could get something going here.
Black with a run up the middle. We'll let him make the spot. 1:12 and the clock running. Picks up 4 on the play. Timeout. The Warriors call timeout.
Oh, Nettleton calls timeout.
Timeout for the Raiders. Boy, that's a change. I would want the clock to run.
They're not content. They want to shut them down and score one more time before the half. Drive that final nail in the coffin.
And that might not be a bad timeout, Mark, because if Westside tries to go for the big, okay, we'll be back with the last 1:10 of the first half on Eagle 29.
Hey, what's wrong? Benny, have you seen my twin cousins, Cletus and Leon? These boys don't get to town much, and I can't find them anywhere.
After the timeout, King bootlegs left. Gonna keep it around the end. Gets a good block.
Got to figure another timeout for Nettleton.
He picks up 3 on the play. Brad King on the keeper left, 3 on the play. And Mark, that's not the kind of play you run when you're down 14-0 in the first half with a minute to go.
Well, it looked like they had some kind of pass play design and it just broke down somewhere.
Now, I know what Coach Dover was doing, Mark, just as you mentioned. If the Warriors don't pick it up right here, they've got 2 choices. They either punt the football, and Nettleton has a good chance of, they can throw 4 passes in 40 seconds.
Well, you got to figure that Nettleton gets the ball back with Shatley's arm. They have another chance to score. They won't have timeouts, but they can run sideline patterns or deep routes, and with an incomplete pass, the clock stops.
Mark, if they score before this half, as I sang between Newport and Jonesboro, turn them out, folks. It's over.
It's gonna be it'll be the longest 6-mile trip these folks from Westside have had in a while.
Okay. The Raiders in a prevent defense drop their linebackers off in that 53. King rolls out right. Pass is incomplete, intended for number 24, Kevin Fair. Brad King to Kevin Fair falls incomplete. Now we got a 4th down and 2 for the Warriors.
And they've got to punt the ball. They can't take any chance on giving Nettleton the ball this deep in their territory.
And if they give it up, if they get a bad punt or a punt like they had last time, they are in trouble. 54 seconds to go. Warriors faced with a punting situation. 4th down and 2 from their own 35.
They're going for it.
They're
going to try to pull Nettleton off sides, probably.
No. They're going to roll out.
I believe he got the first down.
Picked up the first down. That'll keep Nettleton from having a chance to score.
What a gutsy call.
What a gutsy call by head coach Eddie Mitchell. A draw play. And he picks up 5. 1st and 10 for the Warriors on their own 40. Clock running, and I think Mark. Oh.
That shows how big this game is, Fred.
Now the Warriors call timeout. With 41 seconds to go, we've got timeout on the field. Westside went for it 4th and 2. 54 seconds to go in the half on their own 35, and they run a draw play.
It's amazing. It was kind of a delayed draw play, though. It was kind of a delay, little play action there. Brought the defense in and opened up the inside for the first time tonight.
You know something, Mark? I don't call a draw play on 4th and 2 on my own 35, and I don't coach. I sit up here and do the play-by-play.
That's why we're up here and they're down there.
I guarantee you, because I wouldn't have called it on 4th and 2. But he got it.
That's the kind of play where you get the first down, it's a great call, and if you don't, you got school board members saying, who is that guy we got coaching for us? I tell you that.
If they get the first down, he's a great coach, and if they don't get the first down, they want his job.
Now we have the opposite side of the coin. Westside using some timeouts to think about scoring.
60 yards from a touchdown with 41 seconds to go in. King rolls out right. Pass complete to Burns. He needs to get out of bounds.
I don't believe he did.
And they say keep the clock running. Okay.
Timeout number 2.
Timeout number 2 for the Warriors. Picks up 7 on the play from Brad King to Aaron Burns. Timeout Warriors.
King and Burns make a pretty good tandem. That's 4 completions from King to Burns for about 35 yards tonight.
You know, Mark, as we mentioned earlier, the Warriors, they don't have that passing attack where they can burn you with a touchdown bomb, but they can pick you apart on the flats and, you know, over the middle with short passes.
They've been real successful with that little swing pass to Burns.
There's Old Glory waving.
Proudly, might I add. Waving proudly.
Well, Eddie Mitchell gets his troops ready. Coach Dover has finished telling his defense what to do. 2nd and 3 for the Warriors from their own 47. Fair split right, I formation. King rolls out right, pumps it. He's going to go for all of it. And the pass is intercepted. And Kelly is on the return, and he gets out of bounds. Little extra shove there after he was already out of bounds, and that could have been costly.
Want to make sure he was out of bounds.
19 seconds to go. Pass intercepted by Brad King. Intended receiver 24, Kevin Fair.
Nettleton's been real successful defending the deep pass, just kind of playing center field and waiting for the ball to come down.
King doesn't have that drop back talent to sling it and fire a bullet to his receiver. Now Nettleton has 19 seconds to go 64 yards. I formation. Shatley drops straight back, throws it in the flats. Now he's going to throw it up. Pass incomplete. Knocked out of bounds again. Aaron Burns with an extra push on Kenny Kelly.
Well, in Burns' defense there, I don't believe either player realized where they were.
There's the official telling Aaron Burns the next shove like that and you're gone. Kenny Kelly a little upset, and I don't blame him, Mark.
I don't blame him either, but both players were playing the ball there, and chances are Burns didn't realize that they were at the out-of-bounds line.
There's a shot of that big Raider crowd. Okay, 2nd down and 10 from their own 37. Shatley hands it off to Beeson.
Big hit.
Big hit by 64, Robin Patton. And now we've got another timeout. Nettleton takes their last timeout. They're faced with a 3rd and 7 from their own 41.
One more bomb.
6 seconds to go. We're going to go for it all. Let's see a pro set. Take it down the field just as far as he can throw it.
I got to figure Kenny Kelly on a sprint down the sideline, send him on the fly and throw it up for grabs, see what happens.
I'd put every receiver I had out there, but again, you know, we're up here speculating, and Coach Dover gets paid for this. Coach Donnie Tennyson, Coach Rothie, and Daryl Dover. Donnie Tennyson, the offensive coordinator, and Coach Rothie calls the offensive plays from the sideline. So Mark, I'm gonna put twin receivers right and left. I'm gonna put slots left and right. One setback to block, and I'm gonna throw it just as far as I can. If there's a defensive penalty now, on this bomb pass that we anticipate they're going to throw, if there's a defensive penalty, the half cannot end on a defensive penalty. So we will have one more play if that should happen.
Well, I'm gonna figure Kenny Kelly on some kind of fly pattern and Judd Finley something across the middle maybe.
Beeson left, Kelly right. Lone setback is Ziffel.
There's the fly.
There's the fly down the left sideline.
And there's the flag.
And there's the defensive penalty by number 41, Andy Foreman.
Intended for Beeson.
Intended for Beeson, and number 41, Andy Foreman, knocks him out of bounds with 1 second to go. So we're going to have one more play.
That's a big penalty.
Big, big penalty. Offensive pass interference, defensive pass interference, excuse me, against the Westside Warriors. Mark, could we see a field goal?
No way. No way.
I don't
Pass
think
interference against the defense. First down.
it would be a 56-yarder for Mr. Andy Shatley. There's a little Raider fan smiling for the camera, pretty little girl. Okay. Judd Finley and Kenny Kelly.
There's your twin receivers right.
Slot right. Shatley drops straight back. Looking across the middle. Pass complete. Then fumble. Pick it up. It's returned by number 14. And that will end the half, my folks. Pass complete from Andy Shatley to Kenny Kelly for 20 yards. Then a fumble. Returned by number 14, Wesley Pierce, 10 yards. And that ends the half with the score. The Nettleton Raiders 14 and the Westside Warriors 0. Mark, we've actually only had 2 plays that have been effective in the first half. The opening kickoff, 80 yards by Kenny Kelly, and then holding the Warriors on downs. Matt Ziffel went 25 yards on a toss sweep left down to the 5. Other than that, it's been kind of grind them out.
Cheerleaders throwing some footballs up in the stands. You think they can get into the press box, Fred?
I don't know. Got some pretty good arms there. The Nettleton Raider cheerleaders are throwing footballs up into the stands, but they can't hit the press box. I probably couldn't catch it anyway.
Well, I had a delicious meal at the Front Page Cafe today, so I got some practice catching those rolls. If they could get one up here, I might could catch one.
Okay, we're at halftime. And once again, our score is 14-0. And we'll be back with more in just a moment.
for those who dream, and those who nurture, those who love, and those who endure, for those who care, those who labor, those who strive, and those who cure. This is a time to come together, to renew our faith in God's lasting love. So make the time to worship with us and celebrate the hope that comes from above.
Welcome back to halftime, ladies and gentlemen. And for your halftime entertainment, we'll have the Nettleton Raider High School Marching Band with their flag corps and majorettes.
At this time, our band boosters organization would like to have their drawing for the Gasparilla.
Want you to stay tuned for their fine halftime performance, as we're sure they'll always do. And in just a moment, they're having a drawing right now for a grill. And then we'll have the Nettleton Raider Marching Band.
Tonight's first selection is entitled Firebird Suite.
Drum major takes their place. And here we go with the Nettleton Raider Band. featuring trumpet soloist Chris Hill. We have a big round of applause for the Westside Band and the Nettleton High School Band. Great job this evening. The winner of the Gas Grill is Johnny Lewis of 2305 East Street here in Jonesboro. Johnny Lewis. We're about set for the second half coin toss here. Let me give you some stats real quickly featuring the Raiders. The Nettleton Raiders had, Kenny Kelly had 2 catches for 23 yards. Matt Ziffel had 7 carries for 47 yards, a big 25-yard run down to the 5-yard line. Kenneth Tolley had 2 carries for minus. Andy Shatley had 2 carries minus 1 yard. Kenneth Tolley didn't have a carry. And Corey Beeson had 6 carries for 29 yards. 2 penalties against the Raiders for 25 yards. They had 3 first downs. Shatley had 3 punts, and it looks like about a 30-yard average. And Andy Shatley was 2 out of 6 passing for 23 yards. 98 yards total offense in the first half, but that didn't make any difference because the first 80 yards before they did the offense was by Kenny Kelly on a touchdown run on the opening kickoff. Okay, for the Westside Warriors, Jeremy Black had 12 carries, 41 yards. Eric Joplin 3 carries, 6 yards. Brad King 2 carries, 16 yards. And Aaron Burns 2 carries, 7 yards. Westside was penalized 3 times for 20 yards. They also had 6 first downs, 109 total yards. Brad King had 139-yard punt, which was a nice one. And then he hit his own man in the back for about an 8-yard punt. King was 5 for 10 passing for a total of 39 yards. Okay, here come the Raiders. We're about set for second half action. They lead 14 to nothing, excuse me. While we have a break right here, we'd like to tell you that you can purchase a video of this ball game for a $20 fee by calling Eagle 29 at 972-5986. And again, we'd like to thank our sponsors who make this ball game possible, where you can watch it every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Don't forget next Saturday's ball game, featuring the Jonesboro Hurricane and North Pulaski High in Jonesboro's homecoming. Our sponsors are the Storehouse, MDR Cartage, Kavanaugh Motors, Pizza Inn, and Central Baptist Church. Thank you, sponsors.
Well, Fred, it's going to be absolutely imperative for Westside to get something going here offensively in the third quarter.
You know, Mark, we talked about it. They just don't have that big play capability. You know, they have to grind it out, and 14 points is a long ways to go. Shatley gets his foot into it. High end over end kick. Brad King takes it on the 15, goes up the left sideline, breaks into the secondary, finally brought down by number 86. Drives him out of bounds. I believe we don't have a 86.
We're guessing that's Jimmy Van Doren.
I'm going to guess that's Jimmy Van Doren, the mystery man. Seems like every week, Mark, we have somebody who's not out there. Let's set the Westside offense for you. Again, tight end is Pickering, Hattenauer at the right tackle, Tate at right guard, Bonham the center, Patton the left guard, Bullock the left tackle. The ends are Fair and Burns. Quarterback is Brad King, Black and Joplin in the backfield. Hand off second man through, Jeremy Black. He picks up about maybe 3 on the play. Second down, we'll give him 4. Nice first down run. 4 yards on the carry. Second down and 6.
They're going to have to get some better runs on first and second down, because they're sitting looking at 3rd and 5 and 3rd and 6 every possession. That's just too much to ask your offense to do time in, time out.
When you're a ground-oriented attack, the defense can just lay their ears back and come at you, put everybody on the line of scrimmage. You're not capable of throwing the football downfield.
You need to be looking.
Hands off again to Black. And this time he picks up. We're going to give him 1. 3rd and 5, Mark, just as you mentioned. Here we go, 3rd down and 5. Coach Darrell Dover giving the defensive signals. 3rd down and 5 for the Westside Warriors. The opening moments of the 3rd quarter, they trail 14 to nothing. They're on their own 36-yard line.
And it's really almost a passing situation, because it's a long 5.
Okay.
This play we see Burns in earlier.
Bootleg left. King looking downfield, going to decide to run it. Gets into the secondary. Man misses him again, breaks into the secondary. Still on his feet. And down to the 39-yard line of Nettleton. Brad King on a bootleg left. That naked bootleg, it's an option pass run, and he decided to run. He went from the 36 down to the Nettleton 39.
About a 25-yard gain there.
25-yard scoop by Mr. Brad King.
Couldn't come at a better time.
3rd down and 5. Now we're faced with 1st and 10 on the Nettleton 39. Slot right by the Warriors. Busted play again, and Mr. King has nowhere to go. Makes a dive and loses 3. Another busted play. That's the second one tonight, Mark, for the Warriors. Somebody forgot somebody in the backfield. It might have been Mr. King that time, because Black and Joplin both went the same way. There's a happy Raider cheerleader. She's trying to figure out what's going on. She sees on camera and she's turning her head.
She's trying to figure out which Westside back missed the assignment there. And there it is again.
Quarterback draw. And that might have been a call play.
Fred, I'm not sure that was a quarterback draw there. He had a look of indecision in his eye there.
He raised up like he wanted to pass it and saw nobody in that route, so he had to eat the ball. A loss of a 1 again.
They're going the wrong way.
Okay.
That's that big
Third
play.
down and 14 for the Warriors from the Nettleton 43-yard line. Original line of scrimmage is a Nettleton 39. 2 busted plays in a row. 3 on the night for the Warriors. Slot left I formation. And everybody starts.
They're just falling apart.
Now we're going 3rd and 19. The left guard and the left tackle. Number 64, Robin Patton. Number 62, Troy Bullock.
Dead ball, false start, offense.
On the whole left side. 5 yards, 3rd down and 19 for the Warriors. There's some Raider fans up in the stands.
They're all on different pages in the playbook, it seems.
That Mark, you know, that big run by King on 3rd and 5, and then they've just completely fallen apart on the next 2 plays. King on the bootleg.
Judd Finley's coming on strong.
Pass is incomplete from Judd Finley. From Brad King.
Just barely got the pass off.
Intended for Aaron Burns, and he barely got it off. And when he got it off, he paid for it. It'll be 4th down and 19 for the Warriors. Judd Finley.
He wasn't feeling that ankle injury then. He was flying in there pretty fast.
He had the bead down on Mr. Brad King, and he made him pay for that pass. King back to punt. He'll stand on his own 40-yard line. Good snap. End over end kick. Uh-oh. Beeson's going to make the return, and he's going to be smothered at about the 15-yard line. 6-yard return. A 34-yard punt and a 6-yard return for the Raiders. They set up shop 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line. The Nettleton offense has Finley at tight end, Wilcox and Marshall the right side of the offensive line, Lewis the center, Woods and Wade the left side of the line, Van Dorn the split end, Kelly the flanker, quarterback is Andy Shatley, Matt Ziffel and Kenneth Tolley in the backfield. Handoff goes inside. Matt Ziffel getting some action. You know, he didn't start the ball game, Mark. Had after a good week against Ridgecrest and a pretty good week against Pocahontas. Pickup of 1, 2nd and 9.
That's all we can give him.
2nd and 9 from the 16. Clock running, 7:20 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Nettleton deep in their own territory, but they lead 14-0. Kelly split left. Handoff goes to Ziffel.
Ziffel's favorite play.
Running. That's that little toss sweep. Ran it to perfection. He picks up 8, 7. 7 on the play.
He's earned his salary on that play.
We're going to give him 6 on the play. 6 yards for Mr. Matt Ziffel. 3rd down and 3. Big 3rd down play. If the Warriors can hold them, they'll be in good shape. It'll be an obvious punting situation down deep in their own territory. Shatley drops straight back. 3-step drop. Pass complete. 1st down. He gets away. Number 89, Kenny Kelly, gets away. Almost reminiscent of that earlier touchdown. Pass complete from Andy Shatley to Kenny Kelly. It goes for about 15 yards. And
Kelly's
a 1st and 10 on their own 41 for the Nettleton Raiders.
It was a good call. The defense was in tight for the running play there on the 3rd and short yardage.
And a pretty safe pass if he doesn't
safe
catch
pass
it.
in the flats.
Safe pass in the flats. Handoff again to Ziffel. He tries to get around the end, gets in the secondary, cuts it back up, then driven to the ground, but not before he got 8 yards. 8 yards for Matt Ziffel. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 2. He's on his own 49-yard line.
This game is quite similar to the Nettleton Ridgecrest game we saw the first week of the season. Nettleton's just slowly wearing down the opposing team's defensive line. Just battering away.
That big offensive line, that was a concern of Coach Eddie Mitchell. Their line was bigger and their backs were faster. It's starting to wear down on the Westside Warriors. Ziffel cuts it up inside, fumble on the play, and the Warriors have recovered. Westside has the football. Fumble by Matt Ziffel. He picked up 7 yards on the play and then fumbled it. First down for the Warriors. First turnover of the night for the Raiders. Westside has 2 interceptions against them. 1st and 10 Westside at their own 43. 5:21 to go. They trail 14-0. That could be a momentum break, Mark.
We should note the time on the clock. 5:20 in the third quarter. Could spell new life for Westside.
If they have a good drive with the type of offense they have, they may very well keep it the rest of the quarter. B.J. Peppers in the backfield for the Warriors now, taking the place of Eric Joplin. Black on the toss sweep left, and he picks up 1. 2nd down and 9. 86 Jimmy Van Dorn on the tackle. Jeremy Black on the carry. Around left end. Jimmy Van Dorn on the tackle.
Black's been a workhorse tonight. That's 15 carries for him already tonight.
15 carries for Jeremy Black, senior tailback. King rolls out right, looking back across the middle, getting rushed. Finds no one, still getting rushed. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 on the play.
There's Judd Finley again.
Loss of 2 on the play. Judd Finley, David Holliday, and a whole host of Nettleton Raiders chasing Brad King out of the backfield. Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down, 3rd down and 11 for the Warriors. Mark, they recovered the fumble and they can't get anything going offensively. They just haven't been able to get over the hump tonight.
The difference in the lines is just showing right now. They're just
screen
flowing.
pass. Pass complete, incomplete. Head linesman rules incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 11. It's a good thing it was incomplete. That'd have been a 5-yard loss for the Warriors.
It looks like there's no line there for Westside. Nettleton's just sending players flying through the line, not even being touched, Charlie.
Okay, Brad King will be standing on his own 26-yard line. 4th and 11 for the Warriors from their own 40. Bad snap. Nettleton's going for the return. Low line drive kick, and Beeson fumbles it. Now he picks it up, gets away from the 2nd man, the 3rd man, and finally stopped. Corey Beeson fumbled his punt, finally picked it up. There's a shot of the axe. Sign, Eagle 29 is what we are. 1st and 10 for the Nettleton Raiders on their own 25-yard line. Referee Bob Dunnan signals for the clock to start, 3:20. Mark, it's, 2 plays have been the difference in the ball game. The kickoff return and Ziffel's 25-yard run to put him in scoring position right before the half.
Yeah, not one to overuse a cliche, but you take off the score, the statistics are basically even.
There's Matt Ziffel on a big run around left end. He picks up 22 yards on the play. Matt Ziffel didn't start the first half. He's found life in the Raider running attack as they're beginning to wear that line down on the right side of Westside's defensive line. That would be Scott Dacus, Dale Cameron, and number 24, Kevin Fair. They're beginning to get wore down. Motion by Beeson. Busted play. Beeson went the wrong way, and Coach Dover is upset again. Get in the huddle, he says. And we'll be back after this timeout. the Nettleton Raiders have to call timeout on a busted play. 2:34 to go in the third quarter. Nettleton leads 14-0. Mark, what? It just seems like Westside's lacking that one big play to put them in the game.
That's the difference in the ball game. You know, before the game, Coach Dover alluded to the fact that Nettleton's personnel made it rely on the big play, and you know, so far tonight, all their points have come from big plays.
Shatley hands off to Ziffel, and he's tackled immediately after a pickup of 1.
See, just like that play right there, Nettleton, it's all or nothing. It seems like they'll get maybe 1 or 2 yards, and then when they need it, they can get the big 20-yard run or the
80-yard kickoff return. Here's a shot of the Nettleton crowd. 2nd down and 9 for the Raiders. They're on their own 46-yard line. Motion right by Beeson. Shatley rolls out left, looking for Finley. Pass complete. Driven out of bounds by number 41, Andy Foreman. 1st down. Foreman playing off of number 10, Judd Finley, on just a down and out route. And he picks up about 16 yards on the play. Pass complete from Shatley to Finley. Nettleton on the drive again. Foreman coming out of the ball game. That's about 3 passes he's given up to Mr. Judd Finley. And in the ball game now for the Westside Warriors is number 16, Patrick Harrington, a sophomore, and he just might get tested in a hurry.
Yeah, Shatley started off the second half with some success. He's 2 for 2 for 31 yards this half.
Shatley fakes a handoff, going to throw it out in the flats, and nobody there. And Mr. Finley is going to go all the way.
I don't know if he made it.
Didn't make it. 2 yards short. It looked like he was going to go all the way, and a game-saving tackle by Robin Patton and Brad King for the Warriors. Shatley faked a handoff, rolled out to his right. Mr. Kenny Kelly cleared the halfback down the field. Judd Finley came out from his tight end or across the middle.
Fred, I can't understand that play. You know, this is a crosstown rivalry. Westside knows that Finley is Shatley's key target, and to have him wide open in the flats, nobody within 15 yards of him.
No linebacker anywhere.
There's no excuse for that.
1st and goal from the 2. Shatley hands off to Ziffel, and he didn't get it. That'll bring up a 2nd down. I don't know if we got any on the play or not. They're going to give him about 2 feet. 2nd down and 1.5.
You know, we're on the 1 yard line here, and logic tells you they're probably going to run the ball, but you know, as a football fan, I would almost have to throw Finley the ball. He got him down there, you know, let him get the point.
And most people would run the football down here, and that's why a pass play may be a good play. They got twin receivers left and right. There's that tall sweep, and he's in. Matt Ziffel, we've seen that play before. Tall sweep, 2 yards.
2nd touchdown for Ziffel tonight.
And Ziffel goes in with 54 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and that makes the score Westside 0 and the Nettleton Raiders 20. Here we go. Andy Shatley to attempt the point after. 20-0 in favor of the Raiders. Hold is down. Kick is no good, off to the left. And that leaves the score at 20-0. Mark, I don't, you know, we're sitting up here in the booth, and I don't want to make the Westside fans feel like I'm prejudiced, but I just don't see how Westside can come back down 20. I mean, it's possible, but they don't have the kind of offense that makes you come back from 20 points down.
Yeah, that's the one knock against a ball control offense like Westside has. You have to be in the game the whole time. You either have to have the lead or be within a touchdown, because it's generally going to take you 6 or 7 minutes to score. And with 15 minutes, 3 touchdowns down.
It
doesn't seem very probable.
It seems highly unlikely. Shatley will tee it up at his own 40, back deep for the Warriors. 41, Andy Foreman. The up man is Brad King, and the other deep man is number 40, Jeremy Black.
In the same respect, though, Fred, you know, Nettleton's prepared their defense to play against a ground attack.
You know, they can give up the short pass. Their linebackers are good enough to cover the short pass, and Westside doesn't have the speed that when they catch the short pass that they'll break it all the way. And Nettleton is really stacked against the run. Shatley's kick is a high, short one. Fumbled. Burns takes it on the 15, and he's creamed by Matt Ziffel. Well, that'll tell you something. Ziffel scores a touchdown, and then turns around and goes and tackles Aaron Burns for no return.
You had to feel for Burns there. He had no blocking. He just looked up and saw a wall of Nettleton Raiders flying at him there.
Limping off the field for the Raiders, number 24, Preston Ergle, who's played a fine defensive football game tonight. Well, a long night for the Warriors. They're on their own 15-yard line. They've got a ground-oriented offense, and they're 85 yards from pay dirt, and they're trailing 20 points. Slot right. And off inside to Jeremy Black. Goes off left tackle and picks up about 5 on the play. Give him 6. 6 yards on the play for Jeremy Black. 2nd down and 4. They're on their own 21-yard line. There's Coach Jim Wiseman trying to bring the senses back to Preston Ergle.
We'll try to get one more play in before the third quarter's over.
No play. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll be back with a 4th and final quarter. The score is Nettleton 20, Westside 0.
The Storehouse. For over 10 years, their way of taking care of business has been taking care of your business. And this includes handling all of your office supply needs. Stop in and stock up on any and everything that will add to your office effectiveness. And if the day is too busy to get out and about, they'll just come to you. Fast, friendly, and free. Just call 972-6360. There is a place that has you in mind. The Storehouse, 1825 East Nettleton.
Here's one big reason why you should be in church next week. Your children. Whatever their age is, there's so much they can learn in church about life and love and positive values, about families and faith and hope that only God can give. So bring your children to church. You might learn something too.
Back to fourth quarter action. We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Westside faces a 2nd down and 4 from their own 20. They have 12 minutes to make up 3 touchdowns. Mark, it's going to be tough, that ground-oriented attack, and I don't think that the score could get real bad here if Westside puts it in the air and Nettleton plays good defense and picks off a few passes. The score could not indicate how hard the game was played. The last drive was Nettleton's only sustained drive. Handoff goes to Black again. He comes off right tackle. 3rd down and 1. He picks up 3 on the play. 2 carries for Black, 9 yards on this series. It's 3rd and 1 on their own 24.
Well, I know the teams have prepared, certain things for the week coming into the game, but, at this point, they simply can't afford to have an 85-yard drive that takes 6 minutes.
Not down 3 touchdowns.
They need to have some bigger plays. Quarterback sneak.
Quarterback sneak by Brad King, stopped by the middle of the Raider defensive line. Number 68, Tyson Wade. Number 32, David Holliday. 55, Johnny Woods. Number 10, Judd Finley. All in on the stop.
He got his first down.
Got his first down. 1st and 10.
But like I say, they're going to have to try to get some bigger chunks of yardage here.
You know, if you score, even if you make a sustained drive and have it 6 or 7 minutes and score a touchdown and get the ball back and score again, you know, you still lose.
And it doesn't matter whether it's 1 or
Toss,
100, a loss.
toss sweep left to Black. He cuts it up inside, picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, I've been out there, and I don't care what anybody says. There's no such thing as a moral victory.
No, no.
Not when you're playing a team from across town in a conference game, for sure.
They're 6 miles away. They're across town. It's a conference game. And you're 16 and 17 and 18 years old. You know, the old saying goes, a moral victory is like kissing your sister, huh? Okay, we've got a 2nd down and 8 on their own 28. Fair splits right, slot right. King on the reverse. Good defensive play by number 86, Jimmy Van Dorn.
Did not fool anyone.
And number 72, Todd Wilcox. Big defensive play. They read it all the way and cut him up inside. Loss of 5, loss of 6, 3rd down and 14. Clock running. I guess Westside's going to be content with 9:44 to go. They're going to be content to keep it on the ground. You know, if you put it in the air and don't come up with anything, you just give them more time to score. King drops back, draw play. Black gets into the secondary, got 1 man to beat and stumbles. Stopped by Kenny Kelly. He picks up 16 yards on the play, 1st down.
But it was a change of pace.
A change of pace. You got to take a few chances now. On their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10, 9:20 to go.
The 2nd first down of the drive for Westside.
King stands up, pass is complete. Pass complete to number 24, Kevin Fair. Pickup of 7 yards on the play. Now they begin to open it up in the middle of the field, Mark.
I really believe that's the pass plays that will be open. You know, the short pass, crossing routes across the middle, and some curls and button hooks to the outside.
But they don't have the speed to beat anybody deep.
But they don't have the speed, and King doesn't really have the arm.
And the touch. 7 men on the line of scrimmage. Black gets into the secondary and tackled by Todd Wilcox and number 32, David Holliday, in on the stop.
You know, the great thing about speed, you were talking about not having the touch. If you got the tremendous speed, you can just let your quarterback put it out there and let the receiver go get it. And
you know, in every coach that tries to build a program, especially these college recruiters, the first thing they talk about, Mark, is we're going to go recruit speed.
Speed and vertical jump. That's the 2 things that you just can't coach.
Pass complete on a little option pass. Complete from Brad King to Jeremy Black. They pick up 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Clock still running. 7:40 to go, and the Warriors trail 20-0. You know, you can teach all the fundamentals in the world. You can be as big as I am and as strong as I am, but if I get there before you do, most of the time I win. Slot left.
Nettleton's definitely...
King, here comes Finley, and he just tore Brad King's head off. Somebody forgot to block the right side.
Finley's been in the backfield more than Westside's backs have been tonight.
Somebody forgot to block the right defensive end, and I would be talking to whoever is on the right side. Brad King loses 7 on the play. He was just crushed. Somebody's not picking up that right end. Mark, you know, even if you're in a pass route, gosh, he just coming with nobody touching him. He just barreling down. It's a wonder Brad hadn't been hurt yet. King rolls out right. Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 85, Aaron Burns. Ball's incomplete, 4th down, and the Warriors are going to go for it.
Nettleton couldn't ask for more. Westside's eating up half the clock here in the 4th quarter on this drive, and they're still on their own side of the field.
Oh, Brad King is going to punt. Kick is high and end over end. Beeson takes it on his own 25, breaks to the outside, going to be stopped. In on the stop for the Warriors, number 73, Wally Hattenhauer. Number 61, Michael Milgram. And Nettleton goes on offense. 1st and 10 at their own 20, at the own 30. 1st and 10 on their own 30.
My only explanation of Westside's drive is they really don't feel like they've got a chance to win this game. They're just trying to pick up some positive things to take into next week.
Good ground shot of the center for the Nettleton Raiders, John Lewis. Handoff goes to Beeson. Hattenhauer stops him at the line of scrimmage. Number 65, Scott Dacus and Dale Cameron in on the play for the Warriors. Pickup of 1, 2nd and 8, and the clock rolls. Well, Mark, they came in ready to play, and really the 3rd touchdown was Nettleton's only drive. 2 plays and that 1 drive, and that's the ball game.
But the 2 plays are 2 plays more than Westside's come up with tonight.
That's right.
That's the key.
Beeson goes off left tackle, gets nothing. Stopped by Dale Cameron and number 14, Wesley Pierce. Picks up 1 on the play. 3rd down and 7. You're right. You know, if the team you're playing gets no plays and you get 2, then you win. 3rd and 7. At the Nettleton on their own 27-yard line. There she is, happy Raider fan. She says number 1, and tonight they're going to be number 1. The battle of the bypass goes to Nettleton this year. Motion left. Shatley rolls out right. Pass complete to Finley in the flats. Tackle by Aaron Burns. He picks up 12 yards on the play.
He just always seems to be there.
Mr. Finley
made a nice catch on that.
Nice pass, was a little bit high, and he brought it down. 1st and 10 for the Nettleton Raiders on their own 41-yard line. Kelly splits right. Number 33, Kenneth Tolley split left. Zippel in the backfield. Shatley takes a snap, hands off straight up the middle. Picks up 2. Matt Zippel on the dive play, straight up the middle. Picks up 2, 2nd down and 8.
Four minutes and ticking. Looks like Nelson's going to be satisfied with 20 points and just try to control the rest of the clock. Run it on down for victory number 2.
Split receivers left and right. Shatley takes a snap, hands off again, off tackle to Zippel. Pickup of 1 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 for the Raiders as they move it out to their own 43-yard line. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, the Storehouse, MDR Cartage, Kavanaugh Motors, Pizza Inn, and Central Baptist Church. There's a shot of the Nettleton Raider crowd. And they're going to celebrate the battle of the bypass. Victory tonight. No joy in Mudville. The Mighty Warriors have struck out again for the 17th time in 19 years, Mark.
And 6 straight.
Naked bootleg by Shatley. He gets a block from Finley. Now he's going to throw the ball, and it's complete to Kenny Kelly, and he's going to break free. He's going all the way. 57 yards. 3 minutes to go in the ball game, and Nettleton throws a 57-yard pass complete from Andy Shatley to Kenneth Kelly. Touchdown. Mark, I disagree with that play.
It'll always come back to haunt you. You know,
I can't see throwing a naked bootleg when you're up 20-0.
Sooner or later, those kind of plays come back to haunt you because Nettleton will catch Westside one year when Nettleton's down and Westside's up, and don't believe for a minute that Westside won't remember that play.
I think you ought to try to win the football game, but when you throw a 57-yard naked bootleg pass, extra point attempt is off wide to the left. No good. 3:03 to go in the ball game, and it's 26-0. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Today, my life began. I am as tiny as a seed. My parents do not know I am here, but it is I, and every day I am growing. Some say that I am not a real person yet, but I am a real person, and when spring arrives, my dad and mother will hold me. My little heart began to beat today. My tiny finger...
And the way this game's going, it's 25 more points than they need.
Yes. Westside is not threatened at all. The closest they got was the Nettleton 30-yard line. Shatley gets his foot into this one, a high, long kick. Fielded at the 15 by Jeremy Black. Gets one block and then falls down. Slipped on the wet grass. Returned about 8 yards. 1st and 10 for Westside on offense at their own 23-yard line.
Well, I know we're supposed to be nonpartisan here, but for Westside's kids' sake, I'd like to see them get a good drive here and put some points on the scoreboard.
Or get a big play. There's some happy Raider cheerleaders. Got plenty to dance about. Their team is up 26-0. Nettleton will move to 1-0 in the conference, 2-2 on the year. Westside will even their record at 2-2 and fall to 0-1 in the conference. Toss sweep right to Black. They're going to keep it on the ground. Black gets into the secondary, still running. Picks up about 9 on the play. Checking in the ball game for the Nettleton Raiders, Kenneth Tolley. Out comes Kenny Kelly. Second down and 1 for the Warriors. They've got to go to the 33-yard line. They're at the 32. Clock running with 2 minutes to go. We've got a timeout. Equipment timeout. We've got an officials timeout with 2:06 to go in the ball game. And the Raiders lead 26-0, and a few Raider fans start to leave. There's a shot of the man up in the stands. That's old Mike Branscombe. Okay, the equipment is repaired. We've got a drizzle now. It waited till 2 minutes to go. Halfback pass. Intercepted by Andy Shatley. And he returns it. Andy Shatley intercepted at his own 47 and returns it to the Warrior 48. 1st and 10. Halfback pass intended from Jeremy Black to Kevin Fair, intercepted by Andy Shatley. And the Warriors are on defense.
Fred Shatley's 5 for 5 for 137 yards this half.
Pretty nice statistics, period. Great second half. 5 for 5, 137 yards, 57 of it coming on a touchdown pass. With 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Clock running now, 1:34 to go. 1st and 10 on the Warrior 48. Shatley takes a snap, hands it to second man through. Kenneth Tolley, he breaks to the left side. He's off to the races. Finally driven out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. 22-yard pickup for Kenneth Tolley. 1st and 10. Mark, now that's not a bad running play. With a couple of more breaks, it looks like they may go again, huh? That may put some more points on the board. Todd Wilcox and Jason Marshall come out. 2 big offensive linemen going to get a break. Number 85, Scott Holden, splits out right. Beeson in the backfield takes a handoff, picks up 2. That'll bring up second down. Give him 3 on the play. 3 on the play for Corey Beeson. Second down and 7. Dale Cameron on the stop, along with 65, Scott Dacus. Second down and 7 for the Raiders. They're at the Warrior 23-yard line.
Oh, that's a motion there.
Motion. Number 76, Jason Treat, 6 foot, 162-pound sophomore. Started too quick.
Dead ball, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty.
Mr. Bob Dunham. False start. Second down and 13. Nettleton on their Warrior 28-yard line, and there's a happy Raider crowd. Just a slight drizzle. The Westside fans start to empty. Shatley takes a snap, hands off to the first man through, and he's still scrambling. Brought down by Wesley Pierce and number 55, Andy Tate. Give him 5 on the carry. Looks like Kenneth Kelly's at running back. Remember, if you want a tape of this ball game, you can call Eagle 29 at 972-5986. There is a $20 charge. That's the end of the ball game as the clock runs out on the Westside Warriors. Nettleton wins it 26-0. A great second half by Andy Shatley. And we'll have a few stats here in just a moment. We'll be back with more and the final stats in just a moment.
What did the words selection, value, and service mean to you? Well, they mean everything to the folks at the Storehouse. Bibles, inspirational books, plaques, gifts, cards, and music, all with a message of Christ's love throughout. Whether you're just into browse or you have something specific in mind, this is where you need to be. The Storehouse, 1825 East Nettleton, just 2 blocks west of Caraway Road. Phone 972-6360.
Hey, Terry, what's wrong?
Group out in the middle of the field. Let's give you some final stats. Receiving on the night, Judd Finley had 3 catches, 65 yards. Kenny Kelly had 4 catches, 95 yards, and a 1 TD, 57-yarder. Jimmy Van Dorn had 4 catches for 95 yards. Rushing for the for the Raiders, Matt Ziffel had 17 carries, 97 yards, and Mark, he didn't even start the ball game. If he'd have played the whole game, it'd have been a good night for him. Kenneth Tolley had 1 carry, 22 yards. Andy Shatley, 2 carries, -1 yard. And Corey Beeson, 9 carries, 34 yards. 3 penalties against the Raiders for 30 yards. Andy Shatley had 4 punts for about a 32-yard average. And he was 7 out of 11 on the night, 160 yards and a touchdown. For the Warriors, they had Kevin Farrer, 1 catch, 7 yards. 4 catches, 37 yards for Aaron Burns, and Jeremy Black had 2 catches for 3 yards. Jeremy Black had 21 rushes for 87 yards. Eric Joplin, 3 carries, 6 yards. Brad King, 7 carries, 28 yards. Aaron Burns, 2 carries for 7 yards. Westside had 3 turnovers, all on interceptions. 4 penalties for 30 yards. And passing, Brad King was 7 out of 16 for 47 yards, and again, 3 interceptions. Mark, Kenny Kelly returned opening kickoff, 80 yards, and that kind of set the stage. Then Matt Ziffel had 1 big run right before the half, and they were up 14-0, and it didn't get any better.
It was just a simple case of the big play offense of Nettleton and the slow ball control offense of Westside, and Westside just couldn't contain Nettleton.
Well, remember, you can watch this replay at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning And next week, the replay at 10 a.m. will be on Eagle 29 as we do Jonesboro and North Pulaski's homecoming. This is Fred DiVittorio for Mark Clark. We'll see you next week at Hurricane Field. So long.